Hello, beautiful, dear soul ones. I'm so happy to be back. I have missed you all intensely. It's been a long time. And I am back. I'm stronger than ever. And I'm ready to share with you guys. So today in this video, I'll just be doing a recap from the energy updates up till now, since I last left you. Then we'll do a little bit about the energy from now and this next coming 2-week period, what we can expect. And afterwards, I have a surprise to share with you and to let you know where I've been these months and what's happened. And it's a very interesting and exciting story. All right, so to start off with, before anything, I just want to say thank you for everybody who has reached out, emailed me, messaged me. Thank you about your concern, about checking in with me. It's been absolutely heartwarming to receive those messages. If you haven't received a reply back, I have had some issues with my email. It was totally full. I had no space on my Google Drive, so I wasn't able to receive emails. So if you didn't receive a reply, please resend your email, or please know that I didn't ignore you, because I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, moving on. It's taken me a while to come back, just before we get into the energy, because I wasn't gonna come back until I knew I was permanently back for good, and now I am. And I will be back until my higher sources tell me to do otherwise. All right? So let's do a recap from the energies. It's been a while. So I left you around December. For those of you who still celebrate Christmas, New Year's, we've had Valentine's Day pass, my birthday passed. So happy birthday to Aquarius, if there are any Aquariuses out there. And wow, we have gone through so much change. So let's recap. Last year was all about ascension. It was all about clearing the canvas, making space for the new, clearing everything that doesn't serve us, going through great change. A lot of us have been having, DNA updates, updates in the cellular structure, updates in our minds, in our memories, in our simultaneous lifetime memories, connecting to our higher selves, connecting to ourselves more fully in a multidimensional level. We've been connecting to different spirits, different beings on different dimensions. We've been reconnecting to our soul path, and much, much more. Boy, last year was a big one, extreme, and well done for making it through. To all of us, right? We did the work, and now we're here. So in December, we were already moving forward in more positive energy, but it wasn't going, it was a slow change, definitely moving forward, but still lots of lessons. Then with the new year, we had a nice clearing of energy, but then we jumped straight after New Year's, we jumped straight into that eclipse season. So eclipse season is always bringing out all the things to light that we still can release, really bringing us lessons if we're wanting to get rid of them very fast, to let go of stuff very quickly. So yeah, since the beginning of January, we have been moving forward. We have slowly been gaining our energy. We have been getting inspired again. We have been getting inspired how we want to change our area in work, our areas in service, in health. We may have started getting new inspiration on a new type of job, or changing our job, or adding new projects to our current job, etc. So it's been moving forward, one step at a time. We had that Capricorn energy, then we had that Aquarius energy come through, all about, be your eccentric self without shame, fully be who you are, express your uniqueness, because every single one of us are absolutely unique. We have absolutely different ways that we think, that we see the world, that we interpret our colors, our thoughts, our meanings, and that's so beautiful. And that Aquarius time, that end of January, was also all about just like expressing yourself fully shining your colors, you know, and that would also be helping you in the work area to really just be who you specifically are, you know, and celebrating ourselves, our own uniqueness, you know, with pride, not with ego, with pride, and celebrating each and everybody else's uniqueness with love and compassion and understanding and pride as well, right? Because we are not separate, we're all one. So a success of another is a success of our own, and a funny eccentricity of another is one of our own. So yes, many lessons of self-love, self-compassion, and thus then for others. Also starting to realize, hopefully, how we can serve the bigger picture. Yeah, not just serving ourselves, but through serving ourselves, we can serve others and we can serve the whole. Yeah, then we've had this last full moon just happen, which was also very interesting. A lot of lessons there, a lot of things coming to light that we still need to dissolve or let go or release in our work, service, and health areas. Many of us could have had lots of lessons come through, like hurting ourselves, or you know, spraining our ankle, or different moments of challenges, people challenging our newfound, you know, self-confidence, and there were just situations that might have challenged you to really stand your ground and be like, no, this is where I'm at, I see where you're at, and I'm not going there, and I'm not playing that game, because old me would have done that, but I'm done with that routine, I'm done with that habit, I'm done with that story. I realized my mic was under my hair, so I hope you hear me all well. So yes, we're moving forward. This is an amazing year. This is a 3-year. This year is all about expansion. It's about that creative energy. It's connected to Jupiter, expansion, optimism, success, moving forward, finally, yes, you know? And so with each of these new and full moons coming forward, each month as we're moving forward, we are getting more inspired. We will be getting lots of lessons that are strengthening us to be able to do what we're going to do, who we already are, and what we have done in the planes. So invite them and give love to them and respect to them, even though that sometimes we're going through these lessons, you know, crying and snot in our noses, and it isn't particularly a very, how would you say, elegant process, but by the end of it we will have found some form of elegancy to bring into our future lessons. Yeah. So yeah, all about new inspirations, finding the people that you're going to be working with, whether it's your higher sources or actual people in this physical plane. Soul family may be starting to really circle around you. Hopefully you've all started being able to notice who you have past life connection with, who is soul family, who you're working with, and starting to feel into those people and feel into those situations, really choosing what is in a line for you, your path and your soul, and really being strict about what is not in a line for you, what doesn't work for you, and being okay to say no, being okay to, you know, go against the grain, being okay to be the black sheep, and being proud of it and going your way because you know it's right in your heart, and that's what matters. Your truth matters, what is right in your heart with your higher sources, right? And then respecting and loving everybody else on the way. So now where we just had this full moon, so again a lot of karmic lessons, past karmas, contracts could have released, old habits once again coming up to release, and we're moving towards this new moon in Pisces as well. So first of all, you know, in Western astrology we have Pisces, which is the end of the year, of the Western astrological year. So there's always a lot of lessons that want to just be understood and taught just before this end of the year. Let's get it all out this end of the year so we can move on to a new cycle. So we can see lots of things bubbling and coming up. And then next month we're in Aries, which is all about then, you know, fire, action, dynamic, moving forward, proactivity. So really allow yourself just to settle in these 2 weeks, moving towards this new moon, allowing these lessons to come, release and let go, and taking it really slow. It's not a time for mega action. It's a lot of emotions, a lot of your sensitivity can be coming up right now, and it's gonna be questioning once again. We had a beautiful new moon last year in Pisces as well, and I think it was one of my first videos actually, and it's going to be asking you once again and testing you, what do you believe in? What are your beliefs? What are not your beliefs? What do you stand for? What don't you stand for? And that's really what's going to be asked of you right now. So just be really present with these next 2 weeks, because then with this new moon, all that you have discovered about yourself and understood about yourself, in these next 2 weeks you can really take into action, right? This is not the most perfect time to take mega action. So this year again, expansion year, we're starting to, you know, sprout and starting to open and blossom, especially as the year is moving forward. In March there are going to be some major energy shifts that I'll talk about soon. And then next year, remember that next year is a 4 year, so that's really when we're, you know, doing it. We're really, that's the to-do list year, that's the action. So remember that this year is still expansion, so it's a reminder to walk before we run, building really strong foundation. Last year we were building our personal foundation, releasing what we needed to, etc. Now we're leveling up more in our work service area and building the foundation of that, whether that means monetary, things we still need to release, foundation of our team that we're working with, whatever it may be. And then next year, as we're building the foundation and we're working and we're doing things and we're creating, etc., but it's more still like feeling it out and testing. And then next year we will be like, here we come, I know what we're doing, onwards, upwards and onwards. All right? Yeah, that's about all for the energies of right now. Really lovely to feel you all, your energies, and to be back. So, some of you may be asking, where have I been? So, now for the big question, where have I been all this time? I've been well and healthy, yes. Yeah, so I guess I'll share for those of you who are interested, please stay tuned. And for those of you who are not, then thank you for joining me today and have a beautiful, magnificent day. So in these last few months, I have had major change happen to me. I last spoke to you, I think it was the beginning of December. I went into my dark room retreat. I went into 2 weeks silent retreat, and during that time I had discovered that I was pregnant. So I have a little bun in the oven right now, yes. So even my pregnancy story is quite a wild and magical story. But to start off with, I just want to share, during that time I had a lot of new energies to integrate into my life, because this soul came in, and yeah, it's a whole new energy that is living with me 24/7 the whole time. And so I needed to integrate it into my etheric body as well, into my energetical body. And we had lots of time getting to know each other, and a lot of releasing I needed to do for the preparation for this beautiful honor that has been given to me. So yeah, it was pretty hectic over there. I had to really give 110% to meeting my new little one, to go through the changes my body was going through, hormonal changes, of course, body changes, all of these things. I was very tired, which is normal in the first trimester of pregnancy. And getting used to this new news and integrating that into my life. So that's where I've been. And then about a month ago, I just moved from Thailand to Bali. So this is coming to you from Bali, lots of love from Bali. Beautiful tiny island in Indonesia, which is also a vortex power point. Yes, so we are here and we are very happy. I am about 4 months now, and for those of you who want to tune in for the magical birth story, then stay tuned. So the first time I saw my children, it was about perhaps maybe 4 years ago now. And at the time I was in Colombia, and I had first seen my children in a vision, and it was a boy and a girl, and I was really surprised, and I kind of ignored the vision, honestly, because most of my whole entire life I had always thought I would not become a mother. I would become an auntie and mother to many, but not mother in the sense of having my own child or children. And so I had this vision of a beautiful young man and a younger little girl. And I kind of put it out of my head, like, oh, that's nice, but no. And about over 6 months ago, June, July last year, I had received great visions and channelings of a mission kind of that was given to me. So I was told that I was to birth 2 children, a little boy and a little girl, and that they were to become particular people, which they have showed me, and I'm not fully obliged to fully disclose that at this moment in time. But they will be helping many and traveling together, and yes, and they're, for me they were very important souls, and I really met them at that moment in time, and I was so honored from who they were, who they are, who they're going to be. And I was so honored that my higher sources and these souls had chosen me to incarnate through. And I was asked, it was a choice whether I wanted to accept or not. And at that moment in time, that really frightened me. It gave me me, Mom, are you crazy? No way! That's never been in the books for me. And but a while back I've chosen, I've pledged to live in service to my higher sources, and this is what was being asked of me. And who am I to deny these beautiful souls this passage of incarnation through my body when my higher sources are asking this of me? And I always had free will and I had the choice, but in my mind for me it wasn't a choice. It took me 2 weeks to really process and be like, okay, I guess I'm gonna be a mom then. To really process that idea and that thought. and realization and reality. But after a couple of weeks, I did. And what else they had told me was there was a specific ritual that I had to do, invoking the feminine, the masculine, Mother Earth and Father Sky into my body, and do a certain ritual to be able to bring these children through, to be able to sign the contract, if you will. And about 2 weeks later I did, when I was ready, and there were various little ceremonies that were done to accept this honor. They gave a lot of very specific information for who these children are and are going to be, and what they're bringing in, that I am not at the moment obliged to mention, but in the future there will be a time to mention these things. So, but it was clear that they were to come in. So since about June, July last year, I have been seeing my children all the time, in visions, etherically around me, rolling in bed with me at night, seeing their little faces, all of that. They would come to me, their personality. I see their face, their being, and their face wasn't super detailed at this point, but their personality and their characteristics was very, very strong. Their energy bodies was very strong to me. So for about 6 months, I was really connecting to these two souls, mostly the elder, the little boy, and then the girl not as strongly. And it was always the boy is taller and a bit older, and the girl is a bit younger. And so then my twin flame, remember, came to Thailand, and magic in the bedroom happened here or there. And that's how our little one was created on November 6th in Thailand. I had the intuition and feeling closely after that, but I was very busy with different things, and I didn't have the opportunity to really sit and be with it, nor do I think they wanted me to fully know until I was in Thailand. And when I found out, well, that was, I knew the day before. I was in my darkroom retreat, and then they told me to get out of the darkroom retreat and go eat something heavy and a lot of protein and nutrition. And I went and I did that, and I knew I was pregnant. And the next day I got all the tests done, and yes, I was pregnant. And I remember looking in the little pea stick and just being like, okay, that's what we're doing now. We're gonna be a mom. And I sat on the couch and I started crying with all the emotions of my heart, like every emotion you could ever have all at once. Just tears of love and joy and excitement and fear and anxious and everything, really everything. It was a really beautiful, incredible moment. Why it was such a surprise at the moment was because when I had received this information in June, July, I was given a timeline that these kids were to be born before a certain year, which meant I had 2 years, for this, and that was already a big deal. And then they told me, there'll be either conceived or I would know that I would be pregnant, but be born in about a year. Like I had a year, the time was the message that they gave me. And then some timelines collapsed and switched around, because time is always changing and switching, and timelines are always changing, right guys? And it came way sooner than expected, which was a little bit of a shocker. I thought, I still had, a year to sort out some stuff, get things ready, but nope, life was different and said it's gonna happen now. It came really as a surprise that it came so soon. And but it's been a beautiful, amazing journey already. Really amazing. Many magical, amazing things have happened. And so here I am. here I am on Bali, 4 months pregnant. Let me see if I can show you a little bump. I don't think it shows right now, but oh yeah, you can see it a little bit, right? There we go, my little bump. So when I first knew that I was pregnant, I had the feeling that I was going to get twins, because the girl and the boy, they have such twin energy. I believe they've been twins in many different lifetimes before. But now I know that it was just my hope. I never planned on being pregnant, and I thought, well, 2 in 1 would be great. And funny enough, at the 7th week, they don't have a sex yet. Only at the 7th week, all fetuses are female, and as you transition to the 8th week, that's when it either stays a female or becomes a male. And in my 8th week, I received the information and saw and felt within my body that it was a little boy. And this little boy was called Artemis. He gave me his name, which I knew already many months prior that they would name themselves, as we always do, whether parents are conscious or unconscious of it. So yeah, and then I came to understand, to know that I'll be pregnant twice. But at that time I already knew I was pregnant. I've gone through so much change, and I was like, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So yeah, this is where I'm at. Due date is in the end of July. It's going to be a strong Leo, and many beautiful things are going to come and will arise. And either way, right now I am still going ahead and still working on many different projects. This new amazing soul within me has brought many new inspirations into my work, into my life, into my sharings. So this is it for now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the support, all the messages once again, for your concern, your love. And you will be seeing my face more and more. You will be seeing more and more of my belly. And yeah, lots of love to you all. Again, I celebrate all of you from how far you have come. We have all come since last year. And upwards, moving onwards and upwards, moving forward, moving towards brighter future, brighter days. Guys, it is really happening, and we're doing it every step of the way, every tear of the way, every smile and laughter of the way. We are creating a new world, a new reality for ourselves, for future generations to come, and for Mother Earth. All right? Lots of love. Be well.